There is an AI-generated woman named Loab. It's spelled like Loab, L-O-A-B, but it's pronounced Loab. And she might be the most disturbing digital creation you've never heard of. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. She's not a ghost, she's not a demon, but in my opinion, she's something worse. She's a reflection. And what if I told you that what she represents could be one of the clearest warnings about where tech, humanity, and spiritual deception are all heading? This series that we're going to be doing is called Behind the Veil, and we're going to be exploring some pretty deep topics, uncovering what lies beneath the surface. Loab first appeared in 2022. There was an AI artist, I believe the name was at Super Composite, but they were experimenting with something called negative prompts, basically trying to create the opposite of a certain concept. Instead of it creating something neutral or nothing, the AI actually generated the face of this sorrowful, just creepy looking woman. Her face was hollow, wounded, and honestly, it was just really deeply unsettling. And the crazy part is, she wouldn't go away. The artist tried new prompts, totally unrelated. And Loab, or her creepy broken features, kept showing up. Even worse, the AI began generating images of her in horrifying, violent, and grotesque situations without being asked. Let's be clear, AI is not sentient. It doesn't have a soul, but it does mirror human content. Emotion, trauma, and culture. AI learns from a tremendous amount of data. Images on the internet, search trends, and even emotions embedded in visual patterns. So when an AI generates something like Loab, it is not a glitch. It's a reflection of pain, sorrow, and the darkness and trauma that saturates our world. Loab may not be a demon in the literal sense, but her persistence, her appearance in gore, and emotional weight make people wonder, is something spiritual bleeding through? Let's zoom out, okay? In Genesis 6, the sons of God corrupted humanity by mixing with human women and creating the Nephilim, having those giant babies. It was definitely a hybrid rebellion against God's created order. In a strange way, Loab almost mirrors that corruption. She's an uninvited hybrid, a creation of man plus machine, mimicking pain, but not actually human. This is where transhumanism, AI worship, and end times deception collide. As it was in the days of Noah, so it will be at the coming of the Son of Man. Matthew 24:37. Jesus says that. Jesus did warn us that those days would return. And what were those days? They were days of genetic corruption, spiritual rebellion, and total darkness. Loab reminds us that technology is not neutral. It absolutely can become an echo of the spiritual realm, especially when we open doors to the wrong spirits. Why should you care? I can tell you why. Millions of teens and adults, so many people are using these AI generators without even realizing what they're tapping into, completely oblivious to what they're interacting with. Did you know that some AI tools actually invite you to talk to spirits, channel guides, and even to ask ancient gods for knowledge? And I'm talking about some little g god demon gods, okay? That is not art. That is digital idolatry, people. And this Loab chick, who is really creepy, is just the beginning, y'all. As tech advances, so will deception. And it's not going to always look evil. It'll look helpful, beautiful, and even divine. 2 Corinthians 11:14 tells us, for even Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. We have to train our eyes and ears to see and hear behind the veil. So what can you do? Never interact or engage with AI tools that invite you to have spiritual contact. I would educate your friends and your children, especially, on how to spot digital deception. Most importantly, stay grounded in your word, the one true living word of God, because truth exposes all lies. And we have to test the spirits, as 1 John tells us. Pray for discernment. We're going to need it more and more every day. Loab isn't a demon, but she's a shadow for sure. A mirror and a warning. And if we are wise, we will pay attention, not to her, but definitely to the spiritual war that she reveals. So again, as 1 John says, test the spirits. God bless. Much love, my friends.